Have you ever wondered why some Libras experience moments of such profound introspection that it seems the whole world has stopped around them? What if I told you these moments are no coincidence, but rather clear signs that something much greater is happening in this sign's spiritual life? Libras are known for their constant search for balance and harmony, but when God decides to work within their spirit, the signs are unmistakable and transformative. Today you'll discover the 10 most telling signs that the universe is silently shaping a Libra's spirit. Each sign I'll share with you has been observed in thousands of Libras around the world, and recognizing these patterns can completely change the way you view challenges and changes in your life. If you stick around until the end, you'll understand not only the signs but also how to harness them to accelerate your spiritual growth in ways you never imagined possible. Signal 1. The first sign appears when Libra begins to feel an almost irresistible need to be alone, even though they are naturally sociable. This change isn't depression or discouragement, but rather an internal call for silence and reflection. It's as if an inner voice whispers that it's time to pause external conversations and begin the most important dialogue in life, the one with one's own soul. During these moments of chosen solitude, Libras discover thoughts and feelings that have been hidden for years. It's common for old hurts to surface, not to cause suffering, but to finally be healed and released. This need for temporary isolation is actually a divine gift, an opportunity for emotional cleansing that only occurs when God is preparing something extraordinary for that person's life. The benefit of this transformation is immense because Libras develop a much deeper connection with themselves. When they return to social life, they bring a more authentic presence and wisdom that only those who have undergone this process of inner refinement can offer to the world. Signal 2. The second sign manifests itself through a heightened sensitivity to injustice, both in small, everyday situations and in the world's larger problems. The Libra who is being spiritually shaped can no longer pretend not to see when someone is being mistreated, or when a situation is clearly out of balance. It's as if a veil has been removed from their eyes, revealing nuances of reality that previously went unnoticed. This new awareness can be uncomfortable at first, because Libras feel compelled to act, even when it would be easier to ignore the situation. They may begin to question relationships, work environments, and even family traditions that they previously accepted without thinking. This awakening of moral conscience is one of the clearest signs that God is preparing Libras for a greater mission in life. The superpower that emerges from this transformation is the ability to become a true agent of positive change wherever they go. Libras develop a natural ability to mediate conflicts and create more just and harmonious environments, because their heightened sensitivity allows them to see solutions that others cannot. Signal 3. The third sign appears when Libras begin to deeply question their life choices, especially those made to please others. It's a period when questions like, "Does this really make me happy?" or "Am I living my own life or the life expected of me?" become constant and urgent. This questioning isn't an existential crisis, but rather a spiritual awakening that is reorganizing this person's priorities. During this phase, it's common for Libras to make decisions that surprise those who've known them for years. It could be a career change, the end of a relationship that wasn't working, or simply the courage to say no to commitments that drain their energy. These changes, as daunting as they may seem, are actually necessary alignments between their external life and the renewed inner values. If you've made it this far, it's because you're genuinely interested in understanding these divine signs. Why not subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any content about the spiritual world of the signs? And tell me in the comments which city you're watching from. I love hearing about the Libras who watch our videos. Signal 4. The fourth sign manifests itself through more vivid and meaningful dreams, especially those that convey clear messages about future directions in life. Libras undergoing this spiritual transformation often wake up feeling as though they've received important guidance during their sleep. These dreams aren't confusing or frightening, but rather comforting and enlightening, as if they were private spiritual lessons. It's interesting to note how these dreams begin to connect with real-life situations in an almost prophetic way. Libras might dream about a specific person and meet them the next day, or receive in a dream the solution to a problem that's been bothering them for weeks. This synchronicity between the dream world and everyday reality is a clear form of divine communication. The benefit of this dream connection is that Libras develop a much sharper and more reliable intuition. They learn to distinguish between anxious thoughts in the mind and true spiritual insights, becoming capable of making better decisions aligned with their life purpose. Signal 5. The fifth sign appears when Libra begins to attract people and situations that test their new spiritual understanding. It's as if the universe is sending small tests to verify that the lessons are truly being learned and integrated. These tests are not punishments, but opportunities to practice the patience, compassion, and discernment that are being developed. For example, that person who always managed to drive Libra crazy might appear, but now they respond with a calm and wisdom that surprises even them. Or a challenging financial situation arises, which, instead of generating despair, is seen as an opportunity to exercise faith and creativity to find solutions. Each challenge overcome strengthens Libra's confidence in their new spiritual self. The resulting superpower is an emotional stability that impresses those who live with this Libra. They become someone people can trust in difficult times, because they radiate a genuine serenity that only comes from someone who has undergone a profound process of inner refinement. Signal 6. The sixth sign reveals itself through a growing attraction to spiritual knowledge, life philosophies, and practices that nourish the soul. Libras who are being spiritually shaped feel an almost insatiable thirst to understand the mysteries of life and the universe. Books on spirituality, documentaries about ancestral traditions, and profound conversations about the meaning of existence become more interesting than any superficial entertainment. This quest for knowledge is not merely intellectual, but experiential. Libras want to experience what they are learning in practice, whether through meditation, prayer, contact with nature, or rituals that connect with higher energies. It is a phase of spiritual experimentation, guided by intuition, and a genuine desire for growth. The benefit of this learning journey is that Libras develop practical wisdom that can be applied to all areas of life. They become capable of finding deep meaning in the simplest everyday experiences and offering advice that truly transforms the lives of others. Signal 7. The seventh sign appears when Libra begins to perceive patterns and connections between events that previously seemed random. It's as if a special lens has been placed on their perception, allowing them to see the invisible web that connects all of life's experiences. Coincidences become synchronicities, and each chance encounter reveals a hidden purpose that was there all along. This new way of seeing the world brings a profound sense that nothing happens by chance, and that there is a higher intelligence orchestrating life's events. Libras experiencing this transformation often find themselves saying things like, "I knew this was going to happen," or "I felt like I should come here today," moments before something significant happens. The superpower that emerges is an impressive ability to be in the right place at the right time with the right people. Libras become people who naturally facilitate important encounters, solve problems seemingly magically, and always seem to know exactly what to say to touch the hearts of those who need to hear it. Signal 8. The eighth sign manifests itself through physical and energetic changes that are noticeable both to the Libran and to those around them. Their posture becomes more upright and confident. Their gaze gains a depth previously unknown, and their voice acquires a more serene and convincing quality. It's as if their entire being is being refined to better express the new spiritual frequency. In addition to visible changes, Libras experience shifts in their vital energy. They may need less sleep to feel rested, have more energy for activities that nourish their soul, and have greater resilience to situations that previously drained them emotionally. These changes happen gradually, but are unmistakable to those who pay attention. The benefit of this energetic transformation is that Libras become naturally magnetic to opportunities and people aligned with their new level of consciousness. They attract situations that foster their growth and automatically push away anything that no longer serves their evolutionary journey. Signal 9. The ninth sign appears when Libra develops genuine compassion that extends far beyond their usual social circle. They begin to genuinely care about the well-being of people they don't even know personally, feel empathy for situations that previously didn't touch them, and have spontaneous impulses to help whenever they see someone in need. This expansion of the heart isn't forced, but arises naturally as a result of spiritual growth. This expanded compassion manifests itself in simple, everyday gestures, such as offering to help an elderly neighbor, donating clothes they no longer use, or simply listening attentively to someone who needs to vent. Libras discover that these acts of kindness bring far greater satisfaction than any material pleasure they once sought. The resulting superpower is the ability to heal emotional wounds through loving presence and compassionate listening. Libras become channels of unconditional love that transform lives simply by existing and genuinely caring about the suffering of others. Signal 10. The 10th and final sign is perhaps the most powerful of all. Libras develop an unshakable faith that they are cared for and guided, even in life's most challenging moments. This faith is neither blind nor naive, but based on concrete evidence of divine protection and guidance they have witnessed throughout their transformation process. It is a deep trust that everything is conspiring in their favor, even when external circumstances suggest otherwise. This faith manifests itself through an impressive serenity in the face of life's uncertainties. Libras who have reached this level of spiritual development don't despair over financial problems, panic over unexpected changes, or lose sleep over worries about the future. They know deep down that they are being led towards something bigger and better. The ultimate benefit of this transformation is complete inner freedom. Libras become people who live fully in the present, act with courage and authenticity, and radiate a peace that inspires everyone around them to also pursue their own spiritual evolution. Now that you know the 10 signs that God is silently shaping a Libra spirit, take a moment and reflect on your own journey. How many of these signs have you experienced in your life? Remember that each of these signs is a divine gift, an opportunity to grow and become the best version of yourself. The most important thing is to understand that these transformations don't happen by chance. They're evidence that you were chosen for something special, that your life has a unique purpose that only you can fulfill. Which of these signs touched your heart most deeply? Can you recognize other Libras around you going through this same transformation? Allow yourself to fully embrace this process of spiritual growth. Trust that every challenge, every moment of solitude, every inner question is preparing you to live a fuller, more meaningful life, aligned with your true essence. The universe is investing in you in a very special way, and the fruits of this transformation will benefit not only your own life, but also the lives of all those fortunate enough to cross your path.